Hi guys, we are going to see about heat transfer area calculation. So if you know we are having two periods. We are going to heat exchanger is mostly used for transferring heat or reserving energy, or we can consume some of the energy from the hot fluids. We can use that energy for some other purposes, like for heating or for heating the water, like that, right? So this is mostly we can see exchangers in oil and gas industries. So we are going to take a model scenario. We are having two fluids which is ready to exchange the heat. We are like reserving the heat, and we have to find out how much area that is needed for to get that energy, right? So like hot side and cold side. So mostly generally we know about Shell and tube exchangers and double tube heat exchangers. So now we are going to take a model of Shell and tube. We can take it simply. So we have two fluids like cold oil and a petroleum fraction. So we have a high temperature of petroleum fraction, which this energy it is having temperature of about 500 Kelvin. So this energy we are going to use it to heat the cold oil, right? That is going for some other purpose, or that is going for some other reactors, right? So we are consuming that energy to the cold oil. We are just transferring. So for this purpose, what is the heat transfer area that is required to gain that energy, right? So there are two cases. We are going to see about there are two types of flow we can. First one is co-current. The second one is or parallel, we can say. The second one is counter current. So there are two types of flows we can use. We can use the Shell and tube heat exchanger in both the ways, like parallel flow or counter current flow. It will be decided based on the cost and how much energy it is transferring, right? So for this purpose, let me explain. First we go for counter current case. So two fluids we have. I just draw for counter current case only, because this will be the mostly used one. So in this case, we are having petroleum fraction about 500 Kelvin, and it is going through the cell side and coming out about 400 Kelvin. It is giving a drop of 100 Kelvin drop of temperature. And likewise, we have cold oil which is flowing through the tubes on Shell and tube exchanger and coming out at 380 Kelvin. So it is gaining heat from the petroleum fraction, right? So both are in opposite direction. That's why it is called counter current flow. In this case, we need some data for finding the heat transfer area, right? First one we need is what is the total heat load. So what is the total heat load what is the total energy, you can say, that can be recovered from the petroleum fraction. So for that energy, what is the area that is required, we can calculate that based on that, right? The first one is, if you know the Q, you can use this formula. So this is overall heat transfer coefficient. So this will be given. So this is the area that we can find out by finding the log mean temperature difference. This is log mean temperature difference, right? So I'll tell you how to find this. So if you know the Q value, we can find out the Q value using the available data, and we can find out the area of heat transfer required, area to transfer the heat required, and you will get Q data also, and this will be calculated, right? So first one is Q. How do you find the Q? So based on this, we are going to heat the cold oil. So the available data is, we are going to heat the cold oil from 305 degree to 380 degree. This is the available data we have, and we need to find that heat load for this. So what is the total heat load? We need to find that. This is mCp delta T. So what is the m dot? So you can take it as these data all given, or you may have it. So m dot we can consider 3 kg per hour, sorry, 3 kg per second. And Cp is, we can get it from the tables. So for this case we can take it about 0.15 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. Kelvin or degree Celsius, both are same. Right? And the next one is delta T. You have delta T from 305 to 380. Likewise, you need to have for the petroleum fraction also. So you just take it as this is cold oil. So you just give this data a name of CPC, specific heat of light cold oil for the cold side, cold oil. Okay. And for the petroleum fraction, you just give this as CPH. This will be taken as the available data we have is 0.165 kilojoule per kilogram degree Kelvin. So be careful with the units. If you change the units, the data, the output you will get will always wrong. So just be careful with the units. So based on this, you can find out Q. Just apply the values. You will get it like 33.75 kilojoule per second. So just see here, you are getting 33.75 kilojoule per second of energy because we have used mass flow rate of in second, right? So you need in hour. So if you go to just multiply with 3600, you'll get it like around 1218, just a minute, 121500. So 121500 kilojoule per hour. So this is the Q value that has to be gained by the cold oil from the petroleum fraction. So for this Q, what is the area that is required? We have to calculate. So this case is only for counter current flow, right? But Q is same. Q will not change. To find out the area, just note down the value only. So Q is equal to 121500 kilojoule per hour. So this is for counter current flow setup only. So we have found out the Q value. Now, because the case is counter current flow, you need to find out delta Tm. So how do you find delta Tm? Log mean temperature. This is taken as delta T1 minus delta T2 divided by ln delta T1 divided by delta T2. These delta T1, delta 2 are called approaches. So these values will vary based on the type of flow, right? So if you take the case, just draw a graph. So this is the inlet, this is the outlet, here the temperature. So for the cold oil, it is 305 is the inlet because it is in counter current direction. So just take the outlet of cold oil 380. It will come here like 380 in this direction. (305) 380, and here other thing is that petroleum fraction is available at 500 Kelvin. This is here. Inlet is this way, 500 to 400. So this is the THB, THA, and this is TCA, TCB, THA, THB. Nothing but H mentions hot fluid. Here we mentioned petroleum fraction. This is C mentions cold oil. A and B are inlet and outlet, right? So in this case, this difference is called delta T1, delta T2. So this is the direction. So both are in opposite direction. Just see the difference. This is delta T2 and this is delta T1. So from the inlet of colloid is taken as delta T1. So if you see the difference, delta T1 is equal to THB minus TCA, and delta T2 is THA minus TCB. So these are the values, and apply these delta T values in this formula, above formula, which can be found out for finding LMTD, Albedo temperature difference, and apply this value in the overall heat transfer coefficient formula, right? So I already found this value. For this case, it is coming like 107.01. So for my value is, I don't want to take much time. So this is the dimensionless one. So 107.1 is the value. If you apply this value in to find out the area, so you need to have U also. For this case, the available U value is 110 kilojoule per kilogram. Sorry, just a minute. Hour meter square degree Kelvin. Kilojoule per hour meter square degree Kelvin. So this is the value. So you have U data also, and you need to find area, and you have delta Tm also. You know the Q value also. So apply these values to find out the area. So A will be is equal to, just write it again here. A is equal to formula inverse U by U delta Tm. So to find out the area, 121500 divided by U is 110, which is multiplied with the 107.1. So because as we found out that one, so if it is this value, you will get the area of about 10.32 meters square. So likewise, you can find out the same thing for parallel also, right? And just only the thing changes here is delta Tm, because for the parallel flow, based on this case, it will be like TCA. The hot inlet will be, all the things will be in same direction. So the inlet will be 380, like that, from 380 to from 305, and cold fluid is 500. The inlet will be here. Sorry, here just one thing is that the cold will be here. It will be like this, from 305 to 380. The same case hot fluid will be like this, from 500 Kelvin to 400 Kelvin. So these are the approaches, delta T1 and delta T2, like this. So only the delta Tm value will vary, according to that area also will vary. So like this you can find out the heat transfer area. Thank you guys. If you have any doubts, just ask it in the comment box. Thank you.